Hey sis, I'm Amir Mazimoyo. I am a mama of five beautiful kids. I'm a wife, I'm a postpartum fitness and self-care coach, and a certified doula. And honestly, like at the end of the day, I'm just me. I'm just a woman who wanted to rebuild herself from the inside out and come out stronger for it because motherhood really shook everything in my world. I'm on a new journey right now. I just had a new baby girl a month ago, and so we're gonna jump into everything. But I just wanted to give you a little background on who I am because I'm gonna show y'all the whole way through. So let's get into it. So I'm going to be real with you. Just to start, I want to be as transparent as possible. Pregnancy and postpartum kicked my ass. Okay? Postpartum was not cute for me. From my first baby years and years ago, I was exhausted. My hormones all over the place. My body did not feel like my body because I'm usually somebody who exercises and have been since I was 15 years old. So me, being like, I don't know why my stomach's hanging over my jeans. Like all of these new experiences were like crazy to me. And just mentally, the whole new set of to-do lists and tasks and all of that, it was just exhausting. And so I felt like I was pouring into everybody else, my husband, my children, my child at that time, and just having and noticing less of myself. And this is when I really kind of realized motherhood is a huge identity shift. Like it's a whole new way of thinking, way of feeling, way of acting, all of this stuff. So when I kind of realized I wasn't going to snap back to where I was, it wasn't just the weight. It wasn't just the hair changes. My edges, they was gone. It wasn't just that. It was feeling disconnected with myself as a woman. I felt like a functional object. I felt like a chair. I felt like a mattress. I felt like a milk machine. I felt, just like I felt like a functional object and not like a woman. And so one day, my son was very little and he was maybe about 2 months. So this was quite early in my journey. I went back to work and I said, I'm going to get myself together. I'm going to start doing Insanity. I'm going to do the hardest workout program I can think of. And Insanity was like kind of old by that time, but there were a lot of reviews out there. I was able to purchase it online on like eBay or something. And I got the DVD and popped it in my computer. And I was like, for the next 2 months, I'm all in. I'm committed to this. I was 100% committed. I calculated my calories. I did my midnight workouts because it was like once I got the baby down, got him down again, it was midnight. I was still doing the workouts, dripping sweat in my room, like had my husband doing them with me. And I got to the end of the program after doing 2-hour workouts. Sometimes it was almost 2 hours of exercise. Got to month 2, got through month 2. I did not weigh myself. I said, I'm going to surprise myself. Now, I knew that I was looking the same, but I didn't know what that meant. And when I got to the end, I hadn't lost a pound. I didn't know why. I didn't understand. I'm like, I calculated my calories. I did the exercises. I didn't skip days. I did all of those things, working full time, newborn baby, breastfeeding, kept my milk supply by the grace of God. I don't know how that happened. And I could not believe it. After all of that work, I looked the same and hadn't dropped 1 pound. And I knew that something was wrong. Like something had to change. And so that was something that really kind of woke me up. I became obsessed with understanding why that happened. And so I got certified as a personal trainer. I got the best certification in the industry at that time, which was NASM. And I realized they had a paragraph on prenatal and postnatal exercise. And this was the best in the country. This much information on what modifications you should do pregnant or postpartum. And I was like, okay, this does not make sense. I passed my certification first try. I was really proud of that. But I said, they gave me so much information on how to begin a journey for someone, how to train them through it, how to make sure they're doing the exercises correctly, how to do all of this stuff, but no information on why a woman can be postpartum and do everything that would typically cause her to lose weight and not lose any weight at all. I kept looking further. So that kind of lit a fire under me to keep looking further. And so I started looking at reviewing exercise journals and understanding more about hormones, understanding more about stress levels and what causes that and what we have to do postpartum to actually make changes. And then I had baby number 2. So it threw me for a second loop. Second loop was after I had baby number 2, this was a girl, and my hormones were out of control. It was so crazy that after having her, I was having 2 cycles a month, every month for a year. I had no break from breastfeed. Like, breastfeeding didn't cause me to not have a cycle, nothing like that. Like literally 2 cycles every single month. 2 weeks later, here's another one like that. So all of these experiences, I definitely have felt disheartened. I've definitely felt like I don't know what I'm going to do. But I took that information and I put together a plan for myself when she turned 1. And I said, okay, I'm going to do intermittent fasting. I'm going to change some things in my diet, change some things up with my calories and the type of exercise that I was doing. And by the time she was about 2.5, I had no more constant menstrual cycle. I had no more just all the hair shedding, dry skin. I still had all of that stuff. My mind felt more clear. My body looked way better. I started to get abs for like the first time in my life. And I just realized, okay, there's something to this. There's something to understanding that there's more than just what we're given. And a lot of the information that we're given about fitness has been studied and practiced and successful on men. I'm just saying, even a lot of the studies for women were actually done on men. So take that into account. Like, that does not make sense. And so after that, I started working with other moms, like other people. Ever since I've been very young, people have asked me like about my fitness journey and, asked me to train them and things like that. But I started training other moms after I had my daughter. And since then, I've trained so many ladies and so many mamas on how to hit their best body after having a baby. And so I've trained them virtually, in person, just all kinds of things. And I've done it here in America. I've done it when I was in Tanzania, abroad. And so I've had a lot of interesting and fun experiences. But there have definitely been some challenges. There have been challenges for myself and that I've even seen, in other people. And some of those challenges and struggles were, one, I had to address that my core was weak and that it was separated. And so I had diastasis recti. And so I'm going to show you on this channel, like, something that I'm going to be doing. Because, like I said, I just had a baby. So I'm going to show you, like, the assessments that I walk somebody through to show you how much separation you have and where you can start. I had no energy. At the worst, like at the lowest times in my postpartum fitness journey, I had no energy. Like, I would get up late in the morning, homeschool or whatever I need to do, go to work, and literally just at the end of the day, end of the work day, crash. No energy. And I've never been like a caffeine person, so I never dived into that, thank goodness, because it would have made it worse. But emotionally, I think the hardest thing was I just felt flat. Like, I was going through the motions. I wasn't living. The days were running together. If you're feeling anything like that right now, if you've ever been through that, you are not alone. Whereas like you go from one task to the next task to the next task to the next task, and you don't feel like you're experiencing life. I didn't feel like I was experiencing life. I felt like I was going task to task, A to B. And so what I think really made the biggest difference for me was not this whole program that I wrote out for myself. It wasn't all of that. It was the simplest things. It was two simple things. It was walking, and it was micro self-care. Those things made me start feeling like myself again. And I'm gonna get into those because now on this postpartum fitness journey, I haven't started with the long walking yet. Just been walking around the house, and so I'll kind of show you how I jump into it and all of that. But those things I know make me feel like myself again, little by little. And even more than walking, dancing. I don't know if y'all have included dancing in your fitness journey, if that's ever been a thing for you, but let me tell you, dancing is one of those things that will make you feel connected to your body, make you feel sexy, make you feel strong, make your body feel more, you know, when you're able to move and you're able to move in a way that feels good, it is boosting those happy hormones. And so that's one thing for me that has always made a humongous difference. So dancing and walking, micro self-care. As my body got stronger, as I started to see changes in my body, my confidence got better. And so it wasn't just the external, you know, not having 2 cycles a month and all of those things. It was really reconnecting with my identity, I think, made the biggest difference outside of just being a mama. Because it's like, I'm going to be a mama for the rest of my life. But I was a woman before I was a mama. And I had my babies young. You know, I don't know, you know, if you've experienced having your babies young. I was 20 when I had my son. I think it does, because, you know, you're coming into womanhood at the same time as you're coming into motherhood. So it definitely shakes your world. It's 2 identity shifts in one, you know. But none of this like happens overnight. You know, you learn how to feel beautiful in your skin again. I had to learn what that even meant. I didn't even know, like, I wasn't taking pictures of myself. I didn't know what that meant to me. You know, I had to say to myself, I'm allowed to feel beautiful. I deserve to have energy. I deserve to rest. I deserve to have pleasure. I deserve to take care of myself. And that those things weren't counterproductive to me going from task to task. Those things were to fuel me, you know, regardless of what the tasks were. And so those had to become a non-negotiable for me. And so, it wasn't overnight. I would never say once you start doing some of these things that you're going to just feel amazing 100% of the time. You know, some weeks I felt amazing. Other weeks I was still a mess, still behind, still tired, still, you know, everything. But the more that I honored my body, the more I supported my hormones, the more that I ate for my hormonal balance, the more that I used herbs for my hormonal balance, all of those things, my mood changed. I felt more excited to do what I was doing. My waistline, my libido, okay? We're gonna talk about that. My confidence, everything changed. And so it wasn't perfect, but I realized that I had made progress. And I think that's huge. You know, if you're in that position, just being able to make progress after you've been stuck at a weight and a mindset is amazing. It's humongous. So that is why I created this YouTube channel. I filmed a little bit in that journey with my daughter after having her. I filmed a little bit and I talked about it a bit, but the channel's old and I wanted to kind of start fresh. I wanted a space where I can share my postpartum fitness journey, self-care journey, beauty journey, all of those things from start to finish. And I'm 1 month in, y'all, and this is day 2 and no sleep at all. So when I say, like, we're in this together, twin, we locked in, that's what I want to share on this channel, just the real of it, and not so much like the polished videos that I did before. Like right now, I'm in the basement. I'm hiding from the kids. They upstairs watching Sonic. Okay, so that I can film this really quick, because I'm like, Amira, you can keep on trying to make it perfect, or you can get it out there and then make it better in time. So that's what I'm doing. And I want to share on this channel some of those tools that helped me that were unorthodox, some of those tools that helped me when I needed it most, that, you know, the things I didn't know when I was 20 years old and wondering why my stomach was hanging over my pants and wondering why working hard AF was not getting the weight off. So that's what I'm going to be sharing here. So if you're on your own postpartum journey, and to be real with y'all, postpartum can be anywhere from where I'm at right now, you know, a day after you have the baby, all the way to 5 years after. If you're still not feeling like yourself, you still need that shift. You know, you still need that glow up. Whether you're, you know, right after, like I said, or 6 weeks out, 6 years out, this is the right place. And I want you to go ahead and subscribe. Join me on this journey, because we are going to glow up together, inside and out. And I'm excited about it. I'm real excited about it. The reason why I call this channel the Snapback Society is because we, as a society, like as a American society, I can definitely say we look at the snapback as like after you have a baby, going right back to work, sex, exercise, everything you were doing before, exactly the way that you were doing it, and getting back to the way that you were doing things. And I want to normalize with my own journey and just like putting myself out there, which is kind of scary, but I want to normalize the snapback, meaning moving forward. You know, meaning us not worrying about the fake snapback and the trendy snapback and what, you know, people are putting out there that we need to do to snap back in 30 days, but us really taking our time as women to honor the places where we are and to honor where we're going to. We're not going back. We can't get back there. I'm not going back to my 20-year-old self, you know, from here. I'm not. And so I want to honor that, and I want to have a place to honor that. So I hope that you'll join me for the next video. I'm going to share with you guys some things that I'm doing right now before I'm like actually exercising to improve my pelvic floor strength and my core strength. And I'm really excited to like jump into all of this. So I'll see you in the next video. Peace.